Hi, this is Melanie for the Pardesi channel. I'm here to do a review of the Rajinikanth film Kaalaa. I saw it tonight. First, I have to apologize. I'm having computer and internet issues, so I am just going to record this on my phone and upload it on my phone. So I'm going to make this quick and as spoiler-free as I possibly can. So this is not going to be as slick a video as I normally do. I'm just going to upload it straight. This is the second film with the same writer-director that did Kaveri, which was actually the first Rajinikanth film that I was able to see in the theater. I haven't seen that many Rajinikanth films, but I have seen Robot, and as you all know, I recently saw Thalapathy, which was amazing. So Kaveri I really enjoyed, and Rajinikanth just has this flair and this attitude. I was listening to Shah Shahid and Alyssa, the Bollywood newbie, on Shah's Split Screen podcast today, and they were talking, and he was trying to describe to her, he's like, if you see Rajinikanth, just a picture of him when he's not in a movie, when he's just normal, he looks like a grandpa, he looks like a grandfather. And then somehow when he gets on screen, he just has this whole flair about him. He has such screen presence. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, nobody can sit in a chair like Rajinikanth can, right? I mean, he just is amazing. So, okay, I can't edit this, so I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so it's the same director, Ranjith, and what you need to know about Ranjith, which I didn't know before looking this up after I got home, is that he is from the Dalit community. And so his films are about the oppressed, about the poor, and he has something to say with his films. It's not just an action film for action's sake. It has a message behind it. Now, I can't speak to what, I know Rajinikanth is somehow involved in politics, and he may be simpatico with this director, and I don't know what his political party's thrust is, if this is, some machinations behind it regarding that. I don't know. All I can tell you is, as you gathered from the trailer, Kaalaa is the gang lord, the Don, or whatever, but the benevolent Don of the Tamil community and of the entire community of the Dharavi slum in Mumbai. And this film was filmed together in both Hindi and Tamil, and then it was dubbed into Telugu. So his main antagonist is played by Nana Patakar, who I know from Hindi films, and I could tell he was dubbing over Hindi dialogue or whatever because I saw it in Tamil. And he was such a worthy opponent for Rajinikanth. The scenes that they have together, again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but just their confrontation scenes, epic. So epic. There's two women in Rajinikanth's life in the film. And one is Huma Qureshi, who's doing her Tamil debut. I thought she was absolutely luminous. She definitely did not look intimidated to be on the screen with Rajinikanth. She looked like she could always been there. There was one line where Rajinikanth just kind of says, "Look at me, I look all decrepit," or "I look old, and how do you not look old?" Okay, so it was a little bit of a laugh at the fact that obviously she is not the same just Rajinikanth. So again, a little mismatch in the age, but there's a sort of cartoon animated flashback, which was really interesting because Rajinikanth is portrayed in this animated, one of the uncles telling the story of how he became Kaalaa in the neighborhood. And he's styled like his old movies. So that was kind of fun and an interesting way to do a backstory because, frankly, Rajinikanth is getting a little old to be able to just shave off the gray beard and look like he's 25, right? So I thought that was an interesting way to get around that, to tell the backstory, but carry forward. Now, I really liked a couple of other women actresses that were in the film. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Ishwari Rao plays Salvi, who is Rajinikanth's wife. Amazing. She was a firecracker. She was such a personality. Her introduction scene, you see her walking through the huge household compound and giving what for to every single person that she meets and encounters in the household, and she is obviously the queen of the entire house. I mean, Kaalaa may rule the entire neighborhood of Dharavi, but she rules that house. And I just loved her banter with Rajinikanth and the way their marriage was portrayed, and I loved everything about her. She was a spitfire. There was another young actress, Anjali Patil, who played fiancée girlfriend of one of Rajinikanth's sons. Now, I've been trying to figure it out, but IMDb and Wikipedia doesn't list. There's a particular son named Lennon. So help me out in the comments, because this actor looked really familiar, but he's not listed, as Lennon or whatever. There's just a list of cast without his character name. So I don't know which one he is, but I thought he was particularly good. There's a couple, supporting actors playing sons, but he was he was the eldest, and he was a standout performer. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's great action scenes. Rajinikanth fans, you're going to be completely satisfied with, there's a rain fight, there's a drunken song. I was so happy. It's like, if you're going to have a drunken song, it was the best circumstances around which to have a drunken song. Let me just leave it at that and leave you wondering what it is, because I thought it was awesome what the party was that he was getting drunk. As I mentioned, the confrontation with Nana Patekar plays a politician were really great. There was another actor who was sort of a wannabe up-and-coming politician, henchman kind of guy. And I know I've seen him, I think, in Telugu films, and I don't remember the actors' names, but there was a great fight scene with him on like an elevated highway with Rajinikanth, and that was a really cool scene. Rajinikanth's entry was really cute. It's like, I really lucked out, because the crowd that I was a sold out theater, and I was surrounded by true Rajinikanth fans who whistled at his very name. Sometimes I'm in Chicago crowds and I wish that my crowd was rowdy, and this one was just as rowdy as I could have wanted. I could still hear everything. They didn't block me out, but they definitely whooped and hollered and screamed and whistled whenever his name came up, or his first entrance, his first fight, and all of that. So that was super, super fun. So I really liked the strong women that were in the film. I thought it was a good story. I thought the film overall might be even better than Kaveri, which was the last Rajinikanth film that I saw in the theater. I think any Rajinikanth fan will be super satisfied, and even if you're not a Rajinikanth fan, I think while he does have his flair and his fights, I think this director has written a story that allows him to show some of his acting prowess. And without giving any spoilers as to what the circumstance of this scene, I will say that there was two little favorite moments for me watching the film. At one point, there's a little girl that namaste to Rajinikanth's character. And this little girl who was there at the movie with her family said, "That's just what I do when I go to India." It was so adorable. And there was another scene with two children. I mean, they really embraced Rajinikanth's character of being a grandfather. And he's talking to a whole group of grandchildren, and one little girl says, "Are you a gangster, Grandpa?" And another little grandson says, "No, he's a rowdy." It was just such a fun moment. And, you could just see they were just totally embracing Rajinikanth being old enough to be a grandfather, and that's what he was in this role, and it was awesome. There was a little bit, again, no spoilers in the plot, but I found it interesting, not only the story of politicians versus the oppressed urban poor, but the family dynamic of you have such a powerful patriarch in your family, and then you have sons who are like, didn't you want to make a better place? We want to move out. Like, do we still have to live here in the slums? Can't we move away? Or can't we do this, just this tension between different sons for different reasons? One son wanting to make his own way in bettering their neighborhood, and it may not coincide with what his father's vision of what the dharavi neighborhood should be. So overall, super satisfied, highly recommend. You need to go see this if you're a Rajinikanth fan, or even if you're not. This is a big film, and it's super fun. And visually, the colors, and how he was always dressed in black, and the politicians were completely in white and had a white house. I just loved all the colors in it. Especially there's an ending scene with lots of color that was really cool. Well, we've seen some stills from that. Anyway, hope to see you again when I have my computer and internet issues figured out so that I can give you a more polished video. But I hope you enjoyed this one. If you enjoyed it, please press that like button, share the video, follow us on Twitter at pardesi.kaala, subscribe to the Pardesi channel, and if you press the bell, then you'll get a notification whenever I have a new video or a trailer reaction.